Hi folks, and welcome to Skyrim with the mighty Jingles. There's a little over a week left before the Dragonborn expansion arrives for this game, and I thought it was about time I started actually playing Dawnguard, the previous expansion. At the start of Dawnguard, once it's downloaded and installed on your system, you will find that there are random vampire attacks in the towns and cities of Skyrim. And you'll be approached and offered the quest to go and join the Dawnguard, which is a group of bounty hunters that are dedicated to exterminating the vampire threat.
You don't mind if I walk up with you? Hey, don't tell me so I was afraid of leaving myself. What's the first impression of
When you start the initial quest, you're led to this location, which is mighty pretty, I'm sure you'll agree. There's Callie and Amanda, her faithful sidekick. And this is where you journey to join the Dawnguard. The journey that leads you here to Fort Dawnguard.
I heard what's going on. The vampires, the Dawnguard, all of it. I wanted to help, so here I am.
Fair enough.
Where is everybody? This place looks almost deserted.
It's very impressively modelled. This is the first member of the Dawnguard that you come across. And he's using a very strange weapon. A weapon that you're going to get used to before you've played this expansion for very long. Is that a crossbow?
Well, well, you made it. Never seen a crossbow before, eh? Not surprised. Kind of a Dawnguard specialty. Nothing better for putting down vampires. Here, take this one and give it a try. You'll want to get to know how to use it if you really plan to join the Dawnguard.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Until...
And it does a fair amount of damage. Let's give it a shot.
It's time.
Right mouse button blocks and sweeps with it. It's not bad. Now, the thing about the crossbow is you don't have to draw back. Once it's loaded, it's just ready to point and shoot. Unlike a longbow, for example, which does more damage the longer you hold back the string. So let's pop inside and let's inquire about actually joining the Dawnguard itself.
I guess this is it.
The Vigilants are under attack everywhere. The vampires are much
So
more
who are you?
dangerous than we believed.
What do you want? Got a fire in your belly to kill vampires, eh? Good for you. But look around. There's really not much to join yet. I've only just started rebuilding the Order. I need someone out in the field taking a fight to the damn vampires, while we're getting the fort back into shape. Tolan was telling me about some cave the Vigilants were poking around in. Seemed to think it was related to these recent vampire attacks.
So, first order of business. Head out to this cave the Vigilants were investigating and find out what the vampires were doing poking around in it. Nice, simple, straightforward. You know it's not going to be nice, simple and straightforward, don't you? It never is. Oh well, onwards and upwards. Well, here we are. Let's go into sneaky mode and see what we can see. You know, I can't even remember what weapons I have equipped at this point. Gonna have to check my inventory. Hello, I spy trouble. Ebony arrows? Nah, Dragonborn arrows. They're for winners. Now with advanced archery skills, using a powered attack with a drawn bow slows down time and allows you to zoom in. Since we're sneaking, sneak attacks do triple damage. Where'd he... oh, there he is. I have to apologise for the slightly ropey frame rate that you're getting here. And that's purely because I'm recording this. I get some processor overhead when I'm running video capture software along with the game. And I really am pushing this game engine to its limits with the mods that I've downloaded, just to make it look as gorgeous as it does. When I'm playing it by myself, I'm getting double these frame rates. So, you know, it sucks for you guys. But I'm playing a great game. What stuff has this guy got? I'll take the vampire dust. Comes in handy for alchemy. And any gold that they have, but just... you get to... I mean, you know, 96,000 gold. I really don't need to be picking up and selling absolutely everything. If it's worth a lot of cash, fine. And now, look at this. Here I am, being all sneaky, and Amanda goes the long way around and walks right past the guard dog. Down, boy. There you go. If you want a job doing properly, do it yourself. Hello. Oh. Well, it looks like we found one of the vigilants. Quick, let's steal his stuff. Well, the first problem we come across is this locked gate. Yeah, it did actually take me some wandering around before I spotted the really, really obvious staircase over to the right of the gate. Hence the quick fade there in the video. And there's the very, very obvious unlocking mechanism. I derp around and show you the edited highlights, so you don't have to. The Nightingale armor set is very, very good if you plan on playing a sneaky game. Increases your sneak skill, muffles your footsteps. Nobody ever hears or sees you coming. Of course, sometimes you just have to fight. One of these Daedric swords is enchanted with Soul Trap, which basically charges all of my soul gems anytime it strikes a killing blow, which comes in very handy for enchanting your weapons and armour. Soul gems are used to power the enchantments.
Than any suffering you can inflict on me.
I believe you, Vigilant. And I don't think you even know what you found here. So go and meet your beloved Stella.
You sure that was wise, Lokio? He still
What
might have
a
told us
sight.
something. We haven't gotten anywhere ourselves.
Nothing. He served his purpose by leading us to this place. Now it is up to us to try.
Well, I found vampires.
Nothing!
And this crossbow is very effective.
Me?
I'll kill you where you stand.
Yeah, your invisibility ain't gonna work on me, pal. Haha, gotcha. So what are the vampires doing here? And what the hell is that? Okay, we'll inspect that in more detail later. Here's the vigilant they were torturing. Journal on him. Now what you got here is a little puzzle. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. So whatever it is, we've just fed it some blood. And they were vampires looking for this place. Now this puzzle's actually quite simple. You push the braziers to the end of the purple glowing line, which extends the purple glowing line. It's not rocket science. I can't help but get the distinct impression that whoever designed this has been watching the Underworld movies.
Who sent you here? I was expecting someone like me, at least.
What, you mean a vampire?
Vampire, yes.
Should I be worried?
Not fond of vampires, are they? Well, look, kill me, you've killed one vampire. But if people are after me, there's something bigger going on. I can help you find out what that is. My family used to live on an island to the west of Solitude. I would guess they still do. By the way, my name is Serana. Good to meet you. Your guess is as good as mine. This place looks pretty different from when I was locked away. Good question. Hard to say. I can't really tell. I feel like it was a long time. Who is Skyrim's High King? Oh, wonderful. A war of succession. Good to know the world didn't get boring while I was gone. Who are the contenders? Empire? What empire? Cyrodiil is the seat of an empire? I must have been gone longer than I thought. Definitely longer than we planned. Please, let's hurry. I need to get home so I can figure out what's happened.
Those of you looking at these conversation options are probably realising that, hang on a minute, these are companion conversation
Does
options.
the air feel heavy down here? I'm a little woozy, but it might just be from waking up.
And Serana is in fact a companion character, although you can't trade stuff with her that you can with other companion characters. And word of advice, if you do plan on playing through Dawnguard, when you get to this spot, it's usually a good idea to dismiss your existing companion, because you might think, hey, it's great, 2 companions, double the firepower. Yeah, but they tend to, while you can accidentally hit a companion in combat, if they accidentally hit each other, they will turn on each other, and because they can't die, it can get very, very tiresome, as they're following you around, constantly trying to kill each other. So take my advice. The second you pick up Serana, if you already have an existing companion, dismiss them and carry on playing with Serana as your only companion. So now we need to take her home, and home is a castle off the northwestern coast of Skyrim. Luckily, she gives you a waypoint marker to it, so as soon as you're outside you can fast travel straight there. Oh, I'll just grab this little bit of Nern root, because it's pretty rare. Comes in very, very handy for poisons.
That's it, out there to the north. There used to be a ferry around here to get there and back. This is the part where we usually get in the boat. You with me?
Yeah. Alright, shut up, you stroppy bitch. Jeez, we just got here. And here it is. Castle Lonacar. Now, before we go in, Serana warns you, stay quiet, let me do all the talking. There's a bit of a history, apparently, between her and her father. She doesn't mention much about her mother, but you get the distinct idea that father and mother are not on speaking terms, and mother has either been killed or has fled for her life. So, you know, which is nice, although it would have been even nicer if she told me all this before I took her all the way to the castle. But, you know, vampires, eh? What can you do? So, let's head in.
My lord, everyone! Serana has returned!
I guess I'm expected.
I can't believe it. My long-lost daughter returns at last. I trust you have my Elder Scroll.
After all these years, that's the first thing you ask me? Yes, I have the scroll.
Of course, I'm delighted to see you, my daughter. Must I really say the words aloud? Ah, if only your traitor mother were here. I would let her watch this reunion before putting her head on a spike. Now tell me, who is this stranger you have brought into our hall?
This is my savior, the one who freed me.
For my daughter's safe return, you have my gratitude. Tell me, what is your name? I am Harkon, Lord of this court. By now, my daughter would have told you what we are. Perhaps you should. I count some of the oldest and most powerful vampires in Skyrim among the members of my court. For centuries we lived here, far from the cares of the world. All that ended when my wife betrayed me and stole away that which I valued most. You have done me a great service, and now you must be rewarded. There is but one gift I can give that is equal in value to the Elder Scroll and my daughter. I offer you my blood. Take it and you will walk as a lion among sheep. Men will tremble at your approach and you will never fear death again.
I'm not sure I like the way this is going.
Yes, I can smell it on you. The power of my blood will purge that filth and make you whole again. I will banish you from this castle. I will spare your life this once, but after that, you are prey. Perhaps you still need convincing. Behold the power! The power that I offer. Now, make your choice.
Now, it's worth pointing out at this point that you can choose either option, and you still get to play through this expansion, obviously. But I know that this is going to be one of the questions asked. Whichever one you choose determines how you're going to play through it, obviously. If you're going to play as a vampire lord, things are going to be significantly different. And that's the way I decided to go.
Be still.
And that was freaky. Whoa, what happened to my face?
Awake at last. Good. The power is growing within you, and now you must learn to wield it. With my guidance, you will become a deadly instrument, striking terror into the hearts of mortals wherever you tread. Now listen to my words, and do as I instruct. The true power of the ancient blood is found in the form of the Vampire Lord. Assume the mantle of the Vampire Lord, and we will continue.
Okay, how do I do that? Don't see it here. That's active effects. Nope. Help. This could have been a bit more obvious, you know. It turns out it's actually a power. Same as your dragon shouts. And there it is. So assign that to favourites. There we go, and now I can activate it just by pressing Z.
Use the power of the ancient blood to transform.
Okay, that's different.
In this form, you can drain the life from your foes with your right hand. With your left hand, you can wield the power of blood magic to raise the dead. You can also call upon the powers of night to turn into a swarm of bats and reappear some distance away. Should you run out of magicka, you can descend to the ground and fight as the beasts do. Do so now, and we will continue. Land on the ground, and I will have more to teach you.
Alright, let's try that again.
Good. You are weaker while on the ground, because you cannot access the blood magic. However, the night powers are still yours to command, and your claws are still formidable weapons. Over time, your powers will grow in strength, and you will find new ways to use your gifts.
And here is your new skill tree. Now, being in the vampire form is not without its drawbacks. You can't actually loot or interact with anything. You can just kill. There's a death grip ability there. Summon gargoyle minions. Paralyze. That one's useful. Turn into an invulnerable mist and regenerate. You get a slow time ability. Kill person with a power attack, fully heals you. Powers are cheaper. 20 bonus points of poison damage when you've exhausted your magicka and are using your claws, and so on and so on. It's all good stuff.
There is much to... But if you master the powers of the Vampire Lord, few enemies will be able to stand against you. There is one last thing you must know. Slaying mortal men with your life drain grants you new night powers and blood magic. I keep a stable of thralls in the castle should you need to feed like the baser vampires to stave off the sun. That is all I have to teach you. If you wish to be reminded of these lessons, you need only ask. I have a task that will test your new powers. But first, do you have any questions? As a vampire, you will gain new powers, but also a weakness to sunlight. With each passing day that you do not feed, that weakness will become more deadly, but your powers will also become stronger. Feed upon those who are sleeping, and your vulnerability to sunlight will diminish along with your powers. Good. Go and speak to Garen Marethi. Tell him it is time. He will understand.
And that, I'm afraid, is just about all we have time for in this episode. So join me next time, and we'll see just how far down the rabbit hole we have to go to get to the bottom of this expansion. As always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.